Today I'm going to show you a really easy way to have students turn in the work that they have created to you. The first thing I'm going to do is begin in my Google Drive, and then I'm going to click this button that says Create and go down and select Form. Now when you create your form, you're going to choose a title and a theme to begin with. For me, I like to organize each of these forms by unit so that I still have all of the work they've done for one section of my class in one area, but yet it's not too overwhelming. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Ecology Turn-In Box. Now some people may do this for each assignment, some people may do it by quarter or semester. It's whatever works easiest for you. And then you can select one of these themes to make it a little bit more fun and click OK. Now if you take a look when this form starts popping up, it'll show you this box at the top that says Form Settings. I always make sure that I select the first box, which is Require Liberty Public Schools login to view this form, and automatically collect their school username. This is great because students don't always do a great job of making sure that they spell their name correctly or maybe write it in the same way twice. So this will help you to be able to sort the information later on. After that, you're going to start actually creating the questions for your form. So I'm going to start with asking the students to give me their first name, but then I want to change the question type to text. That allows students then later on to actually type into that box the name that they want to put there. I'm also going to check this box that says Required Question. That way students cannot submit the form if they have left off an answer to one of these. And then I'm going to add item after I've clicked Done. So when I do that, I'm going to make this one last name. And it's already a text question, so I'm going to require it and click Done. After that, you probably want to create something that lets you know what hour they are in. So I'm going to title this Class Hour, and I don't want this to be a text. I want to just have maybe check boxes, or I could do choose from a list, but I'm going to select check boxes. And the first option, I'm only going to write in the hours that I teach science. So I've got hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, hour 6, and hour 8. Again, I'm going to make that a required question and click Done. And now when I am creating a new question, I'm going to ask them to write in the assignment title. Now this will be something that I provide to them, and I'm going to ask that they type it in like I have provided so that I can be able to sort this later on and grade specific assignments at a time for each student. And there, oops, it was already text, but that's what I want. And then make that a required question and click Done. After that, I am going to ask them to share the link to their work. And for the help text here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them to just make sure that they've changed their share permission to anyone with the link. Now, some people will do only Liberty Public Schools with the link, but for me, I like this because I can email it to parents, and parents will be able to log on and see this without having any issues. I'm going to make that text and then make it a required question. And that is really it. So when I'm finished with that, then I can look at the confirmation page, and it will tell the student your response has been recorded. You can change that to say something different if you'd like. and I'm only going to show the link to submit another response. I don't want to check these last two just because there's no need in my mind for the students to need to do those things. But I'm going to click Send Form. And this is if you're going to send it out to your students via email. You could type in their email addresses here, or there's a link that you can share. You can embed that into maybe your website or into like a Symbaloo, and then click Done. So once I click that, I'm going to show you what the live form would look like. So there's this little part here that says View Live Form. And when I select it, you can see what the students will end up seeing when they're trying to turn in some work. So let's go back to my form that I had created, and the responses will automatically be collected in a separate spreadsheet. So when I go back to my my folder that I created my form in, you can see that this is the form that I created, and it automatically generated this spreadsheet, which is Ecology Turn-In Responses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a student would submit some work. So I'm going to go ahead and create a test document. And I'm just going to do a nice little test. I'm going to name this maybe the same thing as I did my form. And this is how students would submit their work. You'll go over to the Share button and click Share. And it automatically highlights the link that they'll want to copy and paste. But before I do that, it says that right now it's only shared with specific people, and I want to share it to anyone with the link. So I'm going to click this Change button, and I'm going to select the one that says anyone with the link, and then I'm going to save it. So I've done that, and now students need to copy and paste this assignment into the Google form that you created. So let's go to the live form, and we're going to test it out. We're going to say this is Bubba Smith. He is in second hour. The assignment title was Ecology. And this is where I'm going to paste the link to my work. So I click Paste. And students can decide if they want to send themselves a copy of their responses, but then they click Submit, and right there it says your response has been recorded, and gives them the option to submit another if they wanted to, and then it takes them back to the form. So let's check and see if this went where we wanted it to go. So right here we've got the Ecology Turn-In box, and when I select the responses, right there I can see that Bubba's information has been put in the order that it automatically generated in the spreadsheet, and then here's a link to his work right there. So one other thing you'll want to do on this spreadsheet, just to make it a little bit easier for you, is you're going to want to highlight the fields that you've got work in. So I'm going to click the share the link to your work here and drag all the way over to timestamp, which is something it automatically collects. And then I'm going to push this little like triangle upside down item thing here. It's a filter. And when I do that, that is going to allow me to sort these later on. So if I want to sort by assignment title or by student, I will be able to do that pretty easily, and then it will group all of the information I need where I need to see it. So anyway, that's a really quick tutorial on how you can create pretty simple Google Forms to turn in student assignments.